Welcome, everyone. It's time for the most fun bit. Hold on, I need to pause this. This is distracting me. Just do this again. Yeah, I know. Thanks. Thanks, game. My 30 is super good. Oh, gosh.
Cannibal time.
This is working grimmer by the day. The sea terrors are coming, swarming. This is a day when the ocean-born calamity broke and sunk Ager's seemingly infinite stalwart growth. Aren't you going to the surface, Mayors? More and more people have been getting too anxious to stay in Ager. I'm not. If Ager falls, it only means that the surface is soon to follow. Why? Think you'll head to the surface too? I'm thinking about it. While there wasn't that many, people around me began to leave for the surface. I considered some of them to be close acquaintances. They all tried to convince me to leave with them. But fleeing my home and favorite land didn't feel right. The foretold calamity descended. I dealt a heavy blow to Ager, but the surface suffered much worse. I had to help them. How could I not, after hearing that such a terrible thing had happened? I think I'll head to the surface. Seriously? The surface? Think hard about it before you go. If you leave now, coming back might no longer be an option. Every day must be a struggle for them. At least I don't have to fear for the immediate tomorrow. So it's my responsibility to provide help as someone who is better off than them, even by a little. I know, but if I don't go there to help, things will only get much more dangerous for the land dwellers. Maybe that danger is the very thing that'll hurt you. I still think I have to help them. I procured myself an Agarian research vessel at a cheap price to bring me to land. Unable to even submerge itself while moving, this wasn't exactly the best ship out there, and I normally wouldn't have even given it a second look. But I thought it would at least help me navigate the coastal sea. I didn't expect this. The very first thing I witnessed on the surface was the bottomless hostility against the Aegir. They denied me and Aegir's offer to help for the sole reason that I came from the sea. They denied my compassion, my research. Get lost. We don't need your stupid research. You're from the same place as that calamity, aren't you? Do you really think we're so stupid that we trust you? They confiscated my catalysts and tore my research apart. My wish to stand with them against the calamity was devoured by the hatred born of the same calamity. Any kindness, any compassion I gave them was repaid twofold in hatred and suspicion. Did the terrible conditions of this land transform them into monsters, or was this always their nature? It wasn't long before the research vessel I brought from Ager was confiscated out of suspicion. A few weeks later, when I finally came across that vessel by the beach, there was an uncanny name inscribed on its side, Rebellion de la Masses. But none of that was enough to stop me from continuing my research for the sake of the land dwellers. I went through so many trials and errors to somehow impede the sea terror's rapid evolution, to revive the Iberian soil contaminated by the Nether Sea brand. But my work bore barely any fruit, and I let the days float by as I watched the Inquisition arrest the Ager one by one. When my sea terror samples and research notes came into view, they all looked completely different from one another, some of them with fundamentally different physiologies. Even still, nothing stopped them from being us instead of I. Sorry, something in my throat. And for the first time, I became doubtful of my efforts to interrupt their evolution. The tales were not entirely fabrications. Mears is a bishop of the Church of the Deep, so that automatically makes her a sinner in the eyes of the Inquisition, regardless of her reasons. The more I studied them, the more I found them to be such compassionate, altruistic creatures. All they cared about was their survival, without even a hint of selfishness. They're not some evil monster from the sea. Mayors, I can see that seaborns may not be evil, but it doesn't matter what they are, whether they are kindly life forms or whether they're simply a different form of civilization. It doesn't matter, because Iberia and her Inquisition does not define seaborns as evil. Seaborns are our enemy, threats to human existence. I have but one thing to say as an Inquisitor. You, all of you, are my enemy. But it would be a good thing for the Inquisition if I were to leave the city, wouldn't it? Why would you say that it's a good thing for us to toss our problem into another world? That'll be like abandoning our pride. Unless they, the people of the city, give you permission. As an Inquisitor, I cannot let you do that. Yeah, and don't get your hopes up about that either. You can wrap it in a box that says compassion for all you want, but Mayors, your course isn't exactly the direction I'd like to sail in. As the rest of the sinners prepare for battle in silent agreement with Ishmael's stand, Mayors mutters with genuine disappointment. I didn't want to have to do this. Waves. I had no better word to describe the horde of sea terrors crashing on into us. But this is the only way it could have ended. Your words are composed entirely of your own color and no one else's. Manager Dante, right? Do speak. We will hold the line and defend this place against the sea terrors rushing in from the rear. So in the meantime, can you take down Mayors and deal with the remaining sea terrors? Absolutely. The manager has responded affirmatively. All operators will be drawing the sea terrors to us. We don't need to take them all down. We just need to act as a wall between the wave and the people of Limbus Company. Irene, I would like to ask for your help as well. As for Amiya, please assist Limbus Company, just in case. Okay, then let the mission begin.
피를 머금을 시간이네.敵が来ます。皆さん、戦闘の準備を。 나가서 싸워. 뒤는 내가 봐주지. 덕타의ように優れた式ですね. 이 정도로 좋아. 검을 맞대.
장부에서 사. 흙을 마실 걸?
알겠어.
놈 나와.
흙으로. 囚人の皆さんの状態に何か変化が.
차 부숴줄 테다.
I wonder if Mares will be a secret boss, because Mares is only connected in story, not design or name to anything Arknights related, to my understanding. That'd be kind of neat.
これがリンバスカンパニーの戦闘. 私もまた一つ学ばせていただきました.
But I doubt that's gonna happen. Die. Bang. Mission accomplished. We come across a tavern full of sunken ships, remnants, and golden treasures that have washed inside. Sorry. There are all kinds of unfamiliar sculptures and twinkling golden coins. There's a whole pile of treasures here. Hey, the record here says that this used to be a ship that sailed all across Terra. It must be a ship built for conquest, built during the Golden Age of Iberia. Look, it says here that this is a golden chalice made in Sargon. Combined in an armada of tall, proud sails, unparalleled technology, innovation, and a certain king to read, and you get this. It's the kind of glory we can barely hope to retrieve now. These items would be extremely valuable outside, but none of them seem very helpful for the situation at hand. Should we continue to look just in case? Keep looking. Tsunryoshu picked out a golden compass from inside a weathered bag. The inscription on the compass indicates that it is an artifact created during the era of grand expeditions. How is this artifact still intact? The place is only a bridge made of items pulled from the group unconscious that are made appropriate for the fathoms. It may truly exist, but it may not be a reality. Irene stares at the compass for a moment, tempted, before turning around, having accepted the fact that it probably isn't a real artifact. Gold forged compass. When using a plus coin, heal 5. When using a minus coin, lose 5. Turn start at max SP or at minus 30 or less. Gain 1 power up and protection 2. Interesting.
하나씩 차근차근 그어서 대가 봐보자.
Some MF hit your head with a great split vertical. The fuck do I do? I don't know, Zana. I got no idea. Hi there. How are you doing? Did you complete the story yet?
부숴줄 테다.
敵に対して大きな打撃を与えました。알겠어.
또한 용서할 테니.
I'm doing the intervallo, but it crashed and put me before the last night. You can do it, I believe in you.
ドクターのように優れた式ですか。
검을 덜 갈았었나?
There might be spoilers in here if you care about that, Zena.
敵を食い止められます。
Just be aware. I don't want to accidentally spoil you.
갑니다.
Did just lazy? I mean, you can do it again.
따뜻한 쏟아내라.
전부 쳐죽여!
効果的な攻撃でした。
You having a good time though with the event?
쏟아내라.
I've been liking it. I just wish it would like stick around.
흙을 마실걸?
You know.
이 정도로 나와 검을 맞대?
エリートオペレーターのみの腕前です。
혈투의 승리로 이끌겠다.
Which some people were like, you can't expect that. What do you mean I can't expect that? Limbus Company has been consistently doing things other gacha games don't.
갑니다.
Consistently.
아류 산초 경혈 육수.
Kim Ji-hoon does what he wants. But
40.
I guess he had to probably concede on a lot of stuff just to get this in here in the first place.
목이 피하 흙을 마실걸?
If all the collabs we get are Arknights, that'd be kind of neat. But I hope it's more than just this. More than just Arknight ones. Excuse me. Sorry if you heard that.
갑니다.
흙을 마실걸?
따뜻한. 엎드리도록.
Kill them! Kill them! Oh, Zena. What's something you want to see
風を追っています
이 혈투를 승리로 이끌
them collaborate with? What next collab do you want?
갑니다. 아류 산초 경혈 육수 찢겨라. 저런 배인 줄도 몰랐는데.
놈 나와.
味方が優勢です今こそ勝機をつかむ時です
죄인인가?
잘 갈렸고.
What happened to this? Supposed to be hard. It doesn't have any count on him, which is okay. A little upsetting, but it's okay. Oh, excuse me.
囚人の皆さんの状態に何か変化が
나가서 싸워.
죄인인가?
뒤는 내가 봐주지.
敵に対して大きな打撃を与えました
I guess 20 enemies per node. Hi, Avery. Welcome to the stream.
목이 피었잖아. 놈 나와. 우리 식구를 건드렸겠다.
40. 먹지.
ドクターのように優れた式ですね
How's your day been, Avery? Been good?
エリートオペレーター並みの腕前です
It's the Fathom.
갑니다.
Look for some shoes? Ooh. Like normal shoes or formal suit? Oh, I see, I see. Need them nice shoes.
활락에 삼켜지기 전에.
Okay.
우리 식구를 건드렸겠다.
Still picking up my chair, that's fine. Graduation ceremony? Oh. Congratulations. You did it.
敵は深手を負っています。
You totally got A pluses on everything, right?
죄인인가?
It's always so interesting that schedules don't line up perfectly. You'd think you'd want them to. Well,
귀찮게 끌지 말지.
흙을 마실까?
エリートオペレーター並みの腕前です。
이리로 와.
kinda. Well, the important part is you got through all of it. Right? You got that passing grade. That's the important bit. How's the dungeon? I mean, we're almost through it. We got 2 more nodes. So, this is the hard one,
이 정도로 나와 겁을만데?
to my understanding at least.
敵は深手を負っています。
이 혈투의 승리를
Yeah, this is the hard one.
전부 쳐주게!
Also, Xavery, I looked into it. It's not very practical to do what you were referring to for what I was wanting for the game.
흙을 마실걸?
エリートオペレーター並みの腕前です。
Kill them. Charge.
나를 산초 경연중인가?
I'm gonna do one quick thing actually. Shouldn't take too long.
귀찮게 끌지 말지.
꼴을 건드렸겠다.
40. 먹지.
Savory, you beat this already, right?
必要な戦いであれば
정화.
Too many mobs? Well, I mean, that's very seaborn of them, so... Shrug.
무불아위. 이 정도는 아마 건물 맞대?
림버스 컴퍼니の皆さんこの勢いに乗って勝ちに行きましょう
죄인인가?
따뜻해. 대만찬에 집중해.
이봐, 버틸 자신 있어?
これがリンバスカンパニーの戦闘私もまた一つ学ばせていただきました
Ugh. Ooh.
至急対処お願いします
핫!
이리로
Kill it. Oh.
그쪽도
죄인인가?
Good thing is that other than Reapers and Founders, they stagger really easily. Yeah. They do stagger very easily. Almost consider doing Tremor, but none of my Tremor guys are leveled. At all. 4 of them are level 1, and they're ones I need to have on field. Like, Capo. So. Through the ocean wind blowing between white buildings. Someone stands with a lamp light and looks around, the bloom illuminating the pile of seaborne corpses. Given the clear similarities between his and Irene's outfit, he must be an Inquisitor too. What are the civilians doing out here on the front lines? An Inquisitor is leading our evacuation. Ah, the Inquisitor must have been leading you out of here. You seem quite new, Inquisitor. Do keep up the good work. But before you go, will you please take this lamp to the Inquisition? Please tell them that there was an Inquisitor who walked through the mists, its trials, and eventually made his country his fate. The lamp is bright and warm. This must be what the Inquisitors of Iberia are fighting the ocean to keep lit. We take the small but weighty lamp and continue. Brilliant lamplight obtained. Effect applies only to identity with the earliest deployment order, so 1. Every return, the first attack skill to be used gains final power plus 3. If the attack skill was an ego, it gains final power plus 4 and deals plus 25% damage. If the unit has nervous impairment stacks, consume up to 4 stacks of it, but gain 2 stacks consumed times 2 burn. At the center of what appeared to be an arc symbolizing the city, at the center of the brilliant golden light must be Mayor's. Let's take a quick break here. Are you alright, Doctor? I just need to take a quick breather. You should probably work on your cardio, or Miss Amia might have to piggyback you around. Yeah, well, once you get back, I'll start working out like Culsit suggested. Executive Manager, if it ever comes to it, you may trust me with the piggybacking. I'm good. Perhaps being in close proximity to Mayor's vision of utopia in the center of the light did something. Seaborns near us only gave us a passing glance without attacking us. Something about the way they looked at us felt like they were concerned about us. The Cinders couldn't help but look away with a funny feeling. I feel sorrow, regret. Maybe these feelings are denials for all those times she spent agonizing over this. Can we really bring back Miss Mayers? We'll help her return. That's what we're here to do, after all. Alright, let's rest up for a bit before moving on. After take a moment to collect ourselves and move on. After taking enough rest, we continue on towards the refracted light. Fight all dead sinners and heal any surviving sinners to max HP. It's time. Come here, bitch.
라만 차량들을 뒤엎는다.
Mayor's despair, the repulsiveness of people's ill intent, and the faint hope from the light found within. All kinds of emotions and memories rise to the surface of Amiya's fathoms, then sink again. The same thoughts seep into me as well, unfiltered. The sins that people have committed won't just go away. Humanity's ill intent will propagate unimpeded too. But the tides that Miss Mayers is trying to summon to dose it will devour humanity, their civilization, and the city they come from. So I don't think that's the right way to go. Not as long as Dante and the people of Limbus company refuse. This is the same. Like the time I retrieved the ego. In place of the light, a speck of darkness casts a shadow. Reach out to the darkness. Shane's power courses through me before radiating towards the sinners. All sinners gain emotional connection for the duration of this encounter.
囚人の皆さんの
Emotional connection. On hit against enemies, 50 divided by number of coins percent chance to gain 1 ego resource. When an enemy dies after an allied unit skill attack ends, gain 2 least own ego. Okay, she's gonna spawn ads. In an encounter, gain 1 ego resource for each affinity consumed when using the following ego resources. 2 of each when using overclock. It is very pretty. Abyssal Vitality. Consume when using certain skills. Each time this effect is consumed, heal SP on self.
어떤 말도 할 수 없어.
Be back in 10. Okay.
할 말이 남았나요?
이봐, 버틸 자신 있어?
ダンテさんの作戦とても効果的でした。
아, Oh, I thought I was on it.
죄인인가?
엎드리도록.
또한
敵
용서할
に対して大きな打撃を与えました。
끝이.
Okay. Let's see how this does. If this is better or worse.
다시.
이제야 완성되었네.
ドクターのように優れた式ですね。敵は深手を負っています。
점 찍었네.
나가서 싸워. 뒤는 내가 봐주지.
우리 식구를 건드렸겠다.
그저 하염없이 모든 피를 내려. 그래, 그렇게 황홀히 피어나고 피어나고 피어나라.
Yes! 420!
これがリンバスカンパニーの戦闘。私もまた一つ学ばせていただきました。
No, I don't remember who was first in order.
켜지기 전에.
Excuse me.
흩뿌려져라.
Heads hit. Come on, Ryoshu.
시선 이끌리지.
Ah.
하나, 둘. 지면이 울릴 때마다 네 업을 떠올려라.
Yes.
エリートオペレーター並みの腕前です。
All I got ads in about 5 minutes.
정화.
Yes.
끝이다.
Let's go. Oh boy.
至急対処お願いします。
이상적.
I swear I keep getting tired and closing my eyes and I'm like, huh? I think staying up till 1:30 was a bad idea.
아득한 여정. 멈추지 않는 시대에서 희망과 미래를 찾아 스스로 답을 구하시길.
Only 28. That's okay. Holy sh... Heathcliff's dying. No. My boy. Oh, there he goes.
맡긴다.
囚人が死亡。どうすれば。
Okay.
떨거지는 잘라낸다.
I hate this.
기도해라.
리mbus 컴퍼니戦
상담은 나중으로 하지. 지금은 그럴 여유가 없고. 죄인인가?
승리를 위해 살아가.
I don't want followers, thank you.
아름다운 춤을 추는 건 나뿐이어야 해. 그러니 네 발목을 잘라버리면
Take minus 90% from all of the stats effects. Always have 10 protection. Consume the vitality to summon sea terrors. Welcome back. If Bastion Sea Reaper isn't on the use 20. Okay. Is it free if it is? If there are fewer than 3 shell sea runners or deep sea sliders on the battlefield, randomly summon either of these units until there's a sum of 3 of them. Every time a sea terror this unit summoned is killed, take fixed HP damage equal to the unit's max HP. Minus 50 immediately end combat phase and gain a new pattern. When on top of another sea brand, gain final power plus 3 and coin power and double the amount of nervous impairment. When hitting Bastion Sea Reaper with this unit skill, convert it from standby to combat ready. Consume Abyssal Vitality for every surviving ally, however, apply number of turns target survived, damage up next turn. I feel like it's going okay.
다 부숴줄 테다.
아득한 야정, 멈추지 않는 시대에서 희망과 미래를 찾아 스스로 답을 구하시길.
Yeah. It does, honestly. Heh. Stupid.
아름다운 춤을 추는 건 나뿐이어야 해. 그럼 네 발목을 잘라버리면. 내가 찾은 나만의 항해 방식.
Added a little bit of count. God, that sucks. Yoshu, no.
당신도 꽂혀보세요. 누군가에게 저주받는 기분이 어떤 것인지.
That's fine.
敵は深手を負っています。
그쪽도
나가서 싸워.
죄인인가?
뒤는 내가 봐주지.
나의 손으로 잘라낼 수 있다면.
눈부시지 않도록 두려워하지 마.
Heh.
エリートオペレーター並みの腕前です。
It does. I like this fight so far. I also liked the night fight. The night fight was good and hard. It was very good and hard. Yep.
거치적거리지만 마.
Yep.
아득한 여정. 멈추지 않는 시대에서 희망과 미래를 찾아 스스로 답을 구하시길.
It's a shame it's gonna disappear.
또한 용서할 테니.
Oh, I need to use Lantern on Gregor so he can get HP back easier. Excuse me, sorry. Yeah. Oof. How are you not dead? Tiny little dog. Is that 10 stack of bleed? 2 stacks, okay. I got excited. Sad. It's already awake, so it doesn't matter if you're targeting it. I don't care. Actually, no, I do care about that. Hold on.
고귀하게.
Is Gregor's WoW ego he got, is that multiple people it can hit? I forget. Does it, the weight, is that a, like, a 3 or something? Gains attack weight, okay.
나를 따라해보는 거야. 짜잔.
Ta-da! Forgot how much. Ooh. Doesn't matter. You've aged a lot since the last time we met, Fabi. Is that a characteristic of your sub-race? You haven't aged a day. So, what brings you to the Church of the Deep? Seaborns are indispensable in our preparation for the impending doom. Nothing else can ensure the survival of humanity. Thus, it would only be right for me to join hands with those who are able and willing to become Seaborns, in search for a way to prolong our existences. You're looking to use the knowledge of the wise and the talented as nourishment for Seaborns. That won't do anything more than prolong our existences. But is survival alone not enough? I thought a bishop of the church would share a majority of that belief with me. Fabi, you and I both have put our faith in the Seaborns, but the word faith might mean something different for you than it does for me. Seaborns shouldn't be our object of worship. We have to stand on equal ground as them and set our eyes on their natures. Please step aside. Desperation, sadness, sympathy. Mayer's emotions gust upward, carried by bubbles. Terra, a land in which the hatred of the different has entrenched itself. The city, a place in which people, crushed by the trials of life, have surrendered to its absurdities. They both need the Seaborns, perfected beneath the light. This is but your wish, Miss Mayers. Faust does not believe them to be necessary elements for the city. Even in the city, there are people who are searching for reasons to live on, dreaming of a better world. We all know that it can't possibly be easy to change, but there has to be some kind of worth, value in that process alone, in the lives we lead within the city. What worth can there be to a life of the unkind? The kind of life humanity is doomed to exist in, where all we do is hurt and hate one another. Listen, efficient order, natural altruism. They're both virtues humanity should never lose sight of. But there's no such thing as absolutes when it comes to the value of life. Survival is the right of all civilization, which means that it should never be up to others to define the worth of life, to argue for it. But what if there's no other way? Can you even understand what I'm saying? Some time has passed since I made Faro Mertu my home. Unlike my prediction, the Seaborn's evolution seemed to have lost its explosive progress, and Fabius seemed to be content just observing their slow development. It's because they're directionless, without a specific wish. Even still, Seaborns were the key to changing Terra, the land. To stand against the incoming calamity, we needed their survivability and adaptability. And the humanity that turned exhaustion into ill intent needed the Seaborns' blind, selfless altruism toward their own. So while I never stopped my studies, something small but sharp continued to stab at my frustrated heart. Stultified and unable to be resolved. If we were to lose even our sense of selves and create assimilation to staggered great will, for the sake of survival, civilization had to be no more. For the sake of us, I had to be no more. The realization of that paradox made the first crack in my confidence that Seaborns were the answer to the problem of Iberia, the land, and humanity faced, and through the cracks the seeds of doubt were sown. But I'd already come too far to find a path more beautiful than the Seaborns. No more wasting time with these stupid ruminations. There has to be a way, some kind of condition Seaborns need to fulfill to retain their sense of selves, to retain their individual hopes and wishes. I stood adrift atop the... Man, they're using so many huge words. Adrift atop the inundation of years, I decided dedicated to this purpose, holding on to this precious hope instilled in my shaking heart. And that was the easy part. There are no better solutions. Don't look away from the answer that lies right in front of me. All I need to do is find a way for Seaborns to hope and wish, to have them each carry a sense of self. I just had to repeat that to myself like a mantra again and again. But my drifting days came to an end when I found a new path, illuminated by the strange light from across the sea. On that day, yes, the day when the faint blue light shone, a whisper visited me. Who's there? Whose voice is... What? The answer, sought through the eons by people I didn't recognize, played over and over in my ears. The voice that spoke, it was muffled but warm and beautiful. The light of the city. The hearts that were lost, the emotions that were forgotten, the sense of self that... No, that's enough of that, but I'd like to hear more about the light. The light that had sprouted from the 10 virtues. And the image those words drew in my mind was clearer and more beautiful than ever. Terra, the city, they both failed to find a way out of this bridle. If they're going to be satisfied with living on as they are, then you can't change what you see by standing still. If you want to bring about a better world, then even if you may be lost in the ideals, you have to keep walking. Survival, worth of life, as I've never been too certain about either of those complicated ideas, I had no unflinching creed with which to convince her. That's not to say that the city had no need of the altruistic nature Mayors wants to bring there. That's not to say that I have a better answer than the combination of Seaborns and the light. Even still, the emotions, the regrets, the conversations I found to collected over this journey alongside the sinners became my answer, and I ticked on. Honestly, I don't really know the city all that well either. My memory only goes back a year, and for what is practically my entire existence, I have been surrounded by the sinners in our adventures. Still, we need to keep trying. You're right, the city is an absurd, vicious place. Something new and horrible surprises me every other day, but... Mayors, that light you spoke of, I don't think that's what protects the ego, the sense of self. To protect it, you have to first look unflinchingly both ways, the path that lies ahead and the one that you've walked, and then you confront them both. They can't be right. The light, it has to... You're just working based on what you heard about the city and the light, ain't that right? How can you be so confident that the light will be able to protect the Seaborn sense of selves? Ain't that just what you want to believe? I think it's a distinct possibility. Even if the light can do what you hope it does, Mayors, it won't change anything. Turning our nature's kind by transforming us into Seaborn? A convenient method like that isn't our path. Because the sense of self, protected like that, the kind of nature attained like that, wouldn't be our own. It'd be yours, Mayor. Protecting your own sense of self while being compassionate and kind, it's a path of unbearable suffering. We might fail some days, despite our best efforts. Some days we'll be forced to confront the sins of our past and suffer. Verily, not one of us, as we are now, may see the culmination of that path. Yet I can hardly find it within myself to simply leave it all in thy hands without so much as trying. You're saying that Seaborns can't be the answer I've always sought. It doesn't make much sense if you think about it, Mayors. Those sea monsters don't even know what self means. That's why they show no hesitation before sacrifice. If you were to introduce the sense of self to those sea monsters, the selflessness you want will be no more. She's a sea-born shaped distortion who is not a sea-born, an endlessly anguished, contemplating distortion. If Mayer's wish is to achieve an altruistic world, then her desire has to be that she doesn't want her efforts to become meaningless. Seaborns may be the perfect answer to some people. A recent example, Fabius. It seems clear to me that it was precisely his wish. But that doesn't seem to align with yours. Find a new answer, Miss Mayers. You're telling me I have to go back to wandering for much time again in search of that new answer? You won't be alone on that path. Walk it together, relying on one another, and it won't feel as long. Trying to carry such a heavy burden all by yourself, Miss Mayers, it's such a prideful thing to do.
カンテさん、なんだかただならぬ気配を感じます。
I kind of hope she would ego the fuck out, because that would have been funny. Screw you, Carmen. Gaslight gatekeep girl boss. External effect cannot trigger the skill to be reused. Sucks.
떨거지는 잘라낸다. 끝이. 아름다운 춤을 추는 건 나뿐이어야 해. 그러니 네 발목을 잘라버리면.
That's damage.
한눈 팔지 마세요. 메마른 당신에게 파도는 반드시 밀려올 테니.
Yeah.
여행엔 목적이 있었지.
Boom.
이 검은
Yeah.
이
Yeah.
이 영광은
That's better. Heads, come on. Yeah.
빠르지 않을 텐데.
It could have been better, but pretty good. That's fine. Oh, it's right there. Tides carry away the windows of Tamir's past, soon devouring them beyond vision. It's almost as if Mares and the Dungeon of the Fathoms know the ocean itself is fusing into one. The majority of distortions encountered by the bus team have assumed a form generally recognized as an organic entity. However, there is nothing preventing a distortion's form from breaking that boundary and taking a different shape, as it may vary by the individual's desires. If her distortion is allowed to exacerbate undeterred, it may eventually corrode this very space in which we stand. As we were taking some time to catch our breaths, a few small machines tumbled to the ground, shot from one of them. It must be one of those mysterious machines in Mayer's home we saw when we peered into her memories. The machines continue to whir loudly as though the waves broke them. We saw that there were various apparatus attached to the sockets on their sides. Expensive they appear, yet how numerous they are. Well, maybe she's similar to one of those fixture fellows who are always hell-bent on picking up every new cutting-edge workshop tech. It says little handy down here. This has an oddly similar structure to the Hand of the Saint the Inquisitor brought. Gasp, then shout this fantastically wonderful machine be assistance in our battle? Rhodes Island already began to have their hands full holding the line against the tide of sea terrors. We should probably take just one and leave the rest help them out. After quick discussion with the sinners, we decided to take just one of the machines. Activating blockade command. I don't really understand how it works, but that sure sounds helpful. Incremental firmware for the duration.
エンバスカンパニーの皆さんとご一緒できて本当に嬉しい
Remove one stagger threshold for every allied unit. When staggered, immediately recover from stagger at the start of the next turn once. Heh. Heh. That's pretty good. Is your passive still active? Yeah. I mean, no stagger is pretty good, so, like, not too surprised. This, then this.
카레이드중에는 말 걸지 않는 게 좋겠지?
Shield breaks due to getting hit, become staggered, and gain 5 fragile. Fragile gain due to this buff's effect do not stack. Shield HP can stack, however, when this effect is active, the shield HP cannot be more than 50% of the shielded unit's max HP. This counts as shield's management effect. Oh. Interesting. It's labeled as something specific. I wish that Paralyze wouldn't count so you know what's actually going to happen. I'd much rather that than this, because this is dumb. Actually, I should do that. That would be better.
정화.
This is fine.
야정. 멈추지 않는 시대에서
Also, I realized that Yi Sang died at some point. I don't remember when that happened.
답을 구하시길.
Armor Salt.
종원. 조명이 점령.
Hehehehe.
파도가 모든 것을 쳐부술 거다.
Yes, Gregor.
기대해라.
나무와 함께 베어 넘겨드리죠.
Anyway.
끝이야.
敵が優勢です。状況を今一度把握し直さなければ。
그쪽도 죄인인가?
Unfortunate. Or wait, did it roll a heads? I thought it was a tails. Hold on.
이 검은 이 명예는
Yeah, it was a tails.
이 영광은
Heads, tails. Heads? Be nice to me. Yeah.
않을 테니.
And Faust took no damage. And now you're gonna get smacked. No? No, they can't get smacked.
本当に嬉しい
Ooh.
です。
이
You're the main target, so you're dying. Yep. This is dying, so it's okay.
고귀하게
승리를 위해서
It went away, right? It should have.
아름다운 춤을 추는 건 나뿐이어야 해. 그럼 네 발목을 잘라버리면 사십 먹지.
Perfect. It looks like it did.
아득한 여정. 멈추지 않는 시대에서 희망과 미래를 찾아 스스로 답을 구하시길.
당신도 꽂혀보세요. 누군가에게 저주받는 기분이 어떤 것인지.
Hey, that's good. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, at turn and generate that. Oh, that's ridiculous, and I hate it.
떨거지는 잘라낸다.
Oh, good. Oh, wait, they're gonna get staggered because of the shield breaking, aren't they? Oh, wait. Ooh. Maybe? Next turn, probably. It did! Yes!
총원, 조명이 전멸하는 저곳으로 파도가 모든 것을 쳐부술 거다.
Screw off.
味方が優勢です。今こそ勝機をつかむ時です。
갑니다.
얼얼하지?
Yeah. Xavery question. Does the Zwei Gregor fuel the new ego perfectly?
목적이 있었지.
Or at least close?
皆さん、この勢いに乗って勝ちに行きましょう。
You go look that up for me, actually, then? I think Faust or Ishmael will end it before it gets to him, but it'll be funny.
그쪽도 죄인인가?
아득한 여정, 멈추지 않는 시대에서 희망과 미래를 찾아
Oh, huh.
답을 구하시길.
Do any of his fuel it, then? That seems like the perfect opportunity to, like, let the Zwei Gregor have aggro, because it doesn't have it. You know?
당신에게 파도는 반드시
Oh, I think Ishmael's killing her. Yeah. Ishmael killed her. Yep, that was over the amount of damage. Oh no, the shield! Oh shit. She actually gained her shield back. Okay. It didn't show up. I'm upset.
이 검은, 이 명예는, 이 영광은
Heads, come on. Oh,
않을 테니
that is upsetting. Who staggered? What the?
カンパニーの皆さん、この
Oh
勢い
my
に乗って
god.
勝ちに行きましょう。
That's not annoying at all. I'll do that. And then I'll be fine.
그쪽도 죄인인가? 가엾고 슬픈 아이 그저 태도를 펴시오.
Wait, why didn't it die? I targeted it. The fuck? Fuck off. Also, why did not dodge the first one? The fuck?
사대는 여기까지.
囚人が退却できませんでした。
The fuck?
ダンテさんには囚人を蘇生
What
する
happened?
能力がありましたよね。
There was no evade skill that went off. What the hell? That's bull. You saw that? I knew something was wrong. Yeah, he can get hit. He's fine.
거치적거리지만 마.
At least, yeah. I'm upset, though. That was dumb. What the hell happened? Otis is gonna get staggered. Oh, nope, the shield broke. We win. That was good. Oh, Gregor, that was amazing. Smack, takes mask off. It's true that people scrutinize others for differences to find something they can hate. But it's also true that it is often those very differences that people look up to. And admiration usually goes hand in hand with overestimation. Yes, and Miss Mayers admired those two unknowns, Seaborns and the Light. She thought they would be the solution to everything. Mayers, do you still want to go to the city? No. Damn. Sad. It would have been funny if she came with us and then immediately died. But no. Like she got uried and got ate by an abnormality again. I'll remain here in Terra. I'll broaden my studies, and I'll talk more. And find a new path forward, realizing my wish. Yeah. As for what will happen now, Miss Mayers, we're going to need to have a long talk with the Inquisition, but we'll help too. We'll help you in your search for that path if we can. The great art built from the city crumbles. Light fades and gives way to shadows. We found ourselves back aboard the vessel Mas. Battle complete. Vessel Mas is slowing down. How's Miss Mayers? Her here, unconscious. The mental strain seems to have taken its toll. It all happened inside the dungeon of the Fathoms, but it can't have been too easy on her mind to send so many waves after us. What'll happen, Miss Mayers, now? First, we'll wait for the Inquisition's ruling, then bring her to Rose Island. Her efforts were misguided, but she also had Terra's best interests at heart. Together, I'm sure we can discuss a better way forward. So they're saying, well, it's not explicit. She's totally there, guys, in the background. Don't forget that. She's not going to be mentioned, but she's totally there, guys. What if she's sentenced to death? Then we will need to offer a different proposal. We can consider it when we get to a doctor. It's finally over. All we have left to do is go back. As we were preparing to leave with our hearts much lighter than they were earlier. Hold on, everyone. Something's rapidly approaching us. A low thrumming roar vibrates the air as a strange shadow looms over the ship. Is it night? Where'd this shade come from? Huh? Wait, is that... Almost as driven by instinct, Ishmael takes the radio from Gregor and runs into the control room. Something must have clicked in Otis's head as she also turned and ran after Ishmael. With those two are running into the bridge. Brace, grab something. Wait, blockhead, muck it up right about before the finish line. Doctor, Dante's advised that we grab onto something. I see. They're preparing to turn the ship around. Everyone brace for impact. Stay alert. Something's coming. The ship leaned heavily as it hurried toward port side and caught a glimpse of a massive shadow gliding just beneath the water's surface, right where the ship was a second ago. Yeah. Oh, it was a seaborn, about the size of, no, slightly larger than the vessel Moss. Amia's communicator buzzes with Ishmael's voice. The currents are going wild. Wait, no, something's causing these currents to go wild. We'll try our best to maintain evasive maneuvers for as long as possible, but we can't do this forever. If the situation does not improve, we may have to take the vessel Moss to cross the dimensional door. Does Rhode Island have a way out of this quandary? Not at this moment, but we have to come up with one now and fast. Dante, does something come to mind? We should first figure out why the seaport is coming after us. Copy that. I'll focus on steering the ship, so keep us updated. The doctor is good at his job, and it gives Dante more character because the contrast, and the contrast is gonna be fucking gone. Ah. With that, the ship immediately begins a sharp turn, narrowly dodging the ponderous body of the seaborn as it swims by. We just can't take the whole ship across the dimensional door. We're not the only ones on it. But the sea is too wild to simply turn around and let the others leave. Someone's like it's obsessed with this ship. Just why would it possibly be coming after the ship all of a sudden? Could it be that Fabius's order is coming after me? Daddy, you... Yes, I'm their enemy, an abyss hunter. As though to prove it, the giant beast began to charge against the bow of the ship the moment Scatty repositioned herself there. Just what are the abyssal hunters? Why are they so gung-ho about trying to kill you? Abyssal hunters are those who hunt sea terrors and seaborns. Of course, this isn't based on any emotion, such as vengeance or resentment. It's Scatty's... Well, that's not the important right now. What matters is that they're solely targeting Scatty. Operators of Rhode Island are heavily fatigued at this moment from their long defense against the waves in the Dungeon of Fathoms. Same could be said of us and Miss Amia, who battled Mayors in the meantime. To engage the Seaborn in this particular circumstance is... Huh? Something shakes the vessel Moss once again. Was this the Knight? Come on, Knight. Fuck him up. What's this now? There's more? There are indeed multiple entities surrounding our ship. However, violent destructive sounds crash through the waves towards vessel Moss. Past the sudden wall of mist, there was... We're lucky. Or was that simply how it was supposed to go? Roaring Knight! Sorry. You're good. Ishamal! Sir Knight? Two Seaborns? It's going to be fine, Miss Inquisitor. If he's the same Knight we fought earlier, I doubt he'll be able to stop himself from charging at that giant of a sea monster. Like Hangu said, the Knight charged straight at the giant, rough wave at the great Seaborn as though he hardly noticed our presence. If we can help the Knight repel the Seaborn, we just might have a shot at sending Limbus coming back through the dimensional door and escaping aboard the vessel Moss ourselves. Can everyone still move? I'm almost at my limit, but I can still move. Got a plan. I'd like everyone to trust me on this. Things aren't so bad outside after you'd entered the portal. Weren't so bad outside after you'd entered the portal. Now's the time for the hunter to get to work. The bright ray of light from Irene's lamp shines upon those atop the deck, while Scatty leaps tall into the air using the ship's bow as her launching pad. Doctors each scatter to their appropriate positions as commanded by the doctor. Ishmael and Otis both exited to the deck as well, presumably having found someone to steer the ship. Is it okay to have you two out here? This cult seemed to know enough about seafaring to take over. While this crisis is far from over, she was good enough that it was reasonable for us to leave the ship steering to her and descend to the deck for our return. Doesn't seem like we'll all be able to bid you goodbye. Are you sure you're all going to be okay? We can stay a little longer and help. I appreciate the sentiment, I really do, but Amiya pointed towards the dimensional door, which had shrunk to significantly smaller since the first time we saw it. You don't have much time. I wonder if it was only supposed to open for a set period of time, or what if it's closing now because our work here is done? There was precious little we could learn about it now, but it was obvious that our time here was coming to an end. Thanks, Emiya. We would have been lost for a while in this world if it weren't for Rhodes Island's help. Well, thanks to you, we should be able to sufficiently study the dimensional door before we return. Time to say goodbye to the Iberian sea breeze, I guess. Do you have any idea how big the pile of paperwork is going to be at the Inquisition? Murda, try not to drop into Iberia next time you got that. Sure. It's all stay nicely put in our own worlds. As the great Seaborn briefly faltered at the combined might of Scatty and the night, the ship's bow managed to stop inches from the dimensional door. Whoa! Manager, now's your chance. Get to the dimensional door. Someday, I hope we can meet again. We shall take our leaves. Let's return to the city. The sea had turned into a brutal battlefield, terrible roars contending with one another. After taking one final look at Rhodes Island defending the vessel Moss, we leaped into the pitch-black darkness at the center of the dimensional door. I'm swept away by the tides of consciousness. The river draws out my memories and consciousnesses, sublimating them away. Then... Where is this Yihongian? I looked around to see the sinners strewn about the room, dozing off. I see Heathcliff crash like that all the time, but how did everyone crash at the same time, sleeping against the walls? It was our sensation that something was truly amiss crawls up my spine. You have come to. Now that you have come to, I request that you continue you rest in your chamber. Your presence here makes it difficult to conduct cleaning activities in areas adjacent to your body. What? We just came through the dimensional door after Rhodes Island. Rhodes. We were transferred here after the LCCA discovered your company unconscious at the entrance of a Lobotomy Corporation branch. I feel like I just went through a memorable experience, but I can't recall what. There was a hole in my memory, and this strange emotional tug at my heart, an ego I don't even recall extracting. Hoshinate, prithee, avail me but 5 more minutes of scheduling wooden training dummies to wake you up in 5 minutes. But the bizarre sensation naturally settles. What was that abnormality? What just happened? I don't have any answers to either of those questions, but... Wait, where's Sod? She said something about how there's been a delay or something. I couldn't find Sod, who'd been bringing us odd jobs here and there during our stay. Anywhere in Yihang. But on the desk, I did find a note filled with various requests and a letter, both presumably left behind by Sod. We've got a distortion contract. Come on, time to earn your keep. You weren't going to lounge around till we got a message from HQ, right? Are they allergic to giving us time off or something? In that moment, a certain voice briefly surfaces from the abyss of my memories, before sinking again. There's no such thing as absolutes when it comes to the value of life, which means that it should never be up to others to define the worth of life, to argue for it. The worth of life. I don't quite recall who said that, or even where I heard it from. Honestly, I don't even understand what it means. You can't change what you see by standing still. If you want to bring about a better world, then even if you may be lost in the ideals, even still, some of these words left a lingering impression on my heart. You have to keep walking. Unable to sit still, I got up from my seat and began waking up the sinners one by one. Yeah, it's not like we're getting anything done here. Oh, on your feet, guys. Time to get to work. The sinners each began waking up, some of them looking around to get their bearings. Like they were just pulled out of a long dream. Man. It sucks a little bit.
피가 잔뜩 흘러넘치고 있고. 아니 한 방울이라도 괜찮으니까 내게 줘. 어머니께서 여기서 자르신다 해도.
Well, actually, let's go back in here. Nice sound. Yeah, let's raid him. We're going to raid. Oh, well, bye YouTube. Have a good day.